Let me ask you this. Are you going through a breakup? Are you currently experiencing one of the worst feelings in the world? Heartbreak? I've felt that before, and it killed me. At least it felt that way. I'm going through an insurmountable amount of pain right now. And it's from my first heartbreak. I know it might not seem like a big deal for a lot of you people, but for me, it's been a pain. If that's something you're experiencing at the moment, I have 10 tips that help me. These 10 tips can help you as well. Let's jump right into it.
They say you die when you don't dream. Yeah. Guess I'm alive cause I still believe. Look at the sky, turn what you see. I see stars that look like.
First and foremost, tip 1, know that it's painful and use that pain to grow. Don't use it to drown out with substances or distractions. Use it, go to the gym, work on a side hustle. Just do something productive with that pain. Use it as a superpower because it gives you energy, it gives you fuel. It's a fire inside you that burns constantly. So yeah, tip number 1 is to use the pain to grow. Tip number 2, self-reflection. Ask yourself, what does my dream life look like? If you feel like your life is over right now, that's a perfect way to just not really care about anything outside of your grand dreams, your craziest goals. Just imagine going after the goal. For me, that's all I had left. The one thing I had left was just to go after a crazy dream. And so I would use the pain as fuel, and then I would get detailed as to what my dream life looked like. What does that look like for you? Try to get as specific as possible. What city do you live in? What is your job? Or do you have a business? How do you look? How do you speak? Get in as many details as you can and make it as clear as possible so you have an image to go after. My mentor right now, he's texting me because I told him I got my first paid client. So reflect. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, set new goals. Align your goals with your dream life. So in tip 2, you got clear. You wrote down and jotted how it looked like in as many details as possible. So in tip number 3, now you align your goals to reach that destination. You break them down into specific time frames and tasks that you can accomplish. And once you accomplish them, you're one step closer to that dream life. So it's important to set new goals. It gives you a foundation. It gives you structure for your new life, for you to take back control. Tip number 4, create a daily routine. Now that you have a visual of what your dream life looks like, and now you have actionable steps to achieve goals to take you to that dream life, now you can create a routine, a daily routine, where you keep those goals in mind. And you know it's going to be hard at first. It's not going to be easy. It's gonna take some effort. It's gonna be uncomfortable. You gotta go against the grain, but keep on fighting through that. Develop a habit. Once you have that habit, then it gets easier. And now you're doing it as if it's muscle memory. And when you're able to do it, you're taking back control of your life. You're not letting life do its thing to you, you know? You're taking control by sticking to what you want to do, by having a vision of what you want to do, and by making goals and achieving those goals and making a daily routine that aligns with those goals. You're in control now. With all of those things, it's up to you. You show up, you make progress. Tip number 5, take action. Nothing matters if you don't take action. You can have the vision, you can have the routine, but if you procrastinate on the things you need to do or that you want to do and don't take action, then nothing is going to get done. Plain and simple. So make it as easy as possible to begin. Make it impossible to fail and gradually add to it. Go out and do it. I know the thing that can be holding you back, and the thing that was kind of hard for me and still is kind of hard for me, is the opinions of others, the judgment from people around you. But at the end of the day, what does Sally from the block have to do with your life? If she's not even thinking about you, why even think about her? Why even let her stop you from doing what you want to do? And once you start to do it, you'll realize they don't even care. Nothing really happened, at least from their point of view. From your point of view, you're making progress now, and you're not letting them stop you. Tip number 6. Change your environment. We've all heard the saying, we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with, right? That is true. What you're around, what you see, what you hear, how you speak, how they speak, that is all based on your environment. So if you want to be something that your environment isn't, then you have to change it. Whether that's the people that you're around, whether that's the people you listen to on social media, whether that's going to a different place, right? Moving, or changing jobs, or changing whatever you can to where you feel like you can become who you want to become. Replace the iPad with a book. Instead of going to the bar, go to the gym. Instead of eating tortilla chips watching a movie, have a healthy snack and listen to a podcast. These are things you can change. That's your environment. That's what you're around. You can change that to align with the life you want to live. You don't have to do anything extreme as moving. Just change your environment, change your room, what you see, and spend more time with the people you want to be and less time with the people you don't want to, and see what happens. Tip number 7, don't let opinions stop you. I mentioned this earlier already, but don't let anyone tell you not to do something, or don't let someone's negative opinions stop you from doing something you truly want to do. If it's something you really want to do, let them hate. Let them do what they're gonna do. Don't let it affect you. Just be you. Be authentic. You'll realize that matters more to you than what other people think that you don't really, I don't want to say care about, but if people are gonna hate on you, then they're not meant to be in your inner circle. Plain and simple. Limit negativity as much as possible, and don't let it bring you down when you come across it. Stay focused on your goals, no matter what. And people might say, hey, why aren't you over this person already? It's been a long time. You should move on. This and that. You're still crying over this. Don't let it get to you. If you're feeling how you're feeling, then that's totally fine. That's okay. You're meant to feel it, Use it, right? As energy again, as fuel. But don't let other people affect you and make you feel bad. You're going through a hard time. We all have to go through hard times sometimes. That's just a part of life. But you're going to get through it. Take it one day at a time, and don't let other people stop you or other people's judgments affect you. They don't know what you experienced. They don't know what you've been through. They weren't in the relationship. You were. So remember that. Tip number 8, Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese term meaning continuous improvement. So strive to improve in all areas of your life. That will help you to get over your past, to get better, and to make sure that it doesn't happen to you again. It might happen again, but that's out of your control. At least right now, you're improving yourself to be the best version of yourself. So if what's meant to be will come to you, and if it's not meant to be, let it go. But you'll learn from this experience. If you're able to strive to be the best version of yourself in all areas, and you really are giving it your all, then that will help you to move on, to take back control of your life. You'd want to improve in all areas of it. You want to be better than you were the day before, or better than the person you were in the relationship. Tip number 9, embrace change. Change is uncomfortable, but it's necessary to grow, or else we'd all be complacent. We'd all be in the same spot, just comfortable. So embrace the change. It might be hard. You might still be focused on the past, and that's okay. Take it as one step at a time and see what happens. But don't be afraid of change. Do your best to open up to it, and remind yourself that there's better out there. Remind yourself that everything happens for a reason, and you take it one day at a time. Change who you are, change your environment, be better than you were before, and see what happens. You'll realize you're taking back control of your life. And the last and final tip number 10, is to move on. After fully accepting the breakup, now it's time. It's time for you to move on. Look to the future, not to the past. You now have clarity of the life you want to live. You're improving yourself. You're changing your environment. You're accepting change. And you're not letting anyone else stop you. Not your past, not your present. You're focused on the future. Go towards it. Chase it. Move on. Do your best to. It's not going to be easy. I honestly still struggle with it at times as well. But you have to do it. There's something out there waiting for you, and you have to go and chase it. You have to put yourself out there and pursue it. Shutting in and looking at the past, though it can be helpful at times, there's a point where you have to just put yourself out there in that situation again. Only you know when you're ready. But when you're ready, take that leap of faith and move on. And just like that, you've taken back control of your life. You're a new person. You leveled up. You accepted it all as it was in the past, and now you're looking forward towards the future. And now you're building towards the future. You're in the driver's seat now. Proud of you. Keep it up. Keep going. And know that you can do all things. Heartbreak is tough. It leaves scars. There could be traumas. You might have to talk to a therapist, right? You might have to journal. You might have to do all this. Don't feel bad about it. Do what you need to do. But it's important to accept it. It's important to face it. Because if you push it off, you're gonna have to face it one day. It's gonna build up. So face it now and get through it. Focus just one day at a time and see how far that takes you. This whole entire year for me has been one day at a time, honestly. Nothing more. So that's what I would suggest for you. And those are 10 tips. If this video helped you out, please like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. Here honestly to help. I went through a tough time. And if you guys are going through it, I'm here for you. Just know you're not alone. Keep pushing, alright? It's not easy, but one day at a time again. And just see where it takes you. But just don't give up, alright? Because you can do all things. I believe in you. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.